Welcome back to my channel. I'm Artifacts, and in this video, I'll show you how to transfer parts from our base to the Corvette. This will not be a video tutorial on general glitches in No Man's Sky, as there are already many videos dedicated to this topic. I will show you how to transfer parts of Corvettes built outside the space station and the related glitches required to do so. The parts will be built in positions that do not comply with normal game rules, allowing for greater freedom of construction. Let's start by building a very simple Corvette with the minimum number of parts needed to save it. Once completed, we must head to a settlement, preferably on a paradise planet, to avoid storms. In the settlement, we will need to build a base computer at a minimum distance of 300 meters from our settlement. After that, we need to build any object from our base to the settlement. I chose the teleport. Now we are able to build freely throughout the entire area of our settlement. Let's start by placing a room for plants. At this point, we need the last plant. I want to point out that it must be the last one in order to perform this glitch, the adjacency glitch, which consists of pressing two buttons simultaneously, the build button and the parts cycle button. Since it is the last item on the list of building parts, pressing the cycle button will cause the game to select the first item, so pressing both buttons will activate the glitch. This will allow us to place the first item on the list in the position where we want to put the plant. Now let's take the light box, which we should position where the plant's snap point is located. I want to point out that until we have positioned the first light box, we cannot switch freely if the cursor is pointed at the Corvette, so we will have to move and point somewhere else. After switching, we enter cable mode, which is effectively a snap point, and position it using the wire glitch, which consists of pressing the cable button together with the build button. The classic No Man's Sky glitch most commonly used. Now we can switch even if the cursor is pointing at the Corvette, because since there is already a light box, the game senses that it is possible to enter that construction mode and attach another one. So let's position it, position another one, and one above it. What we need to do now is move the light box snap from this side to the other. Then we'll see why. Let's take the light floor. Same thing as the switch. It's not possible now because there isn't one already in place, so let's point somewhere else and switch. Let's put our light floor in the store cache by pressing the toggle wire and edit parts button. This will cause the game to store the object in memory so that it can be placed in the future using another object. The object in question will be the light box, so after creating the cache glitch with the light floor, we duplicate the light box and place it under the one already in position, then press toggle to the wire and the build button, thus activating the universal adjacency glitch. Now we have to do the same thing but in reverse, so the light box in the cache to position it using the light floor. Turn the side of the light floor in this direction and glitch with the light box. As you can see, the snap is now in the direction we need, having followed the direction of the light floor. At this point, select the cube, then toggle to the wire and position it with the wire glitch, toggle to the wire button, and build button. Select the pavers and redo the universal adjacency glitch with the cube for the pavers. Now let's select the floor and do another universal adjacency glitch with the pavers and the floor. This way, we finally have the chance to build perfectly symmetrically on our Corvette. Without this method, we would never be able to achieve this level of precision. Now we can start thinking about positioning what we need for the Corvette's future hubs. Oh, I almost forgot. In order to switch from the base computer to the Corvette, we have to be close to the ladder. If we are far away, we won't be able to switch. Okay, back to us. To start this process, we will need the gate, which has a snap point. Note that the initial position of the gate will determine the direction of the cable we will place. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. This is the position we are interested in. Let's take the floor and do a reverse wire glitch, which is done by pressing toggle to the wire and the build button. Let's connect the cable to the gate snap. Reposition the floor and do another reverse wire glitch on this snap point. Here's what I was talking about earlier. The lightning bolt symbol points to where we place the gate at the beginning, from north to south. So remember that it depends on how you position the first gate. Now let's take the Corvette's nutrition cabin. Point to the wire and toggle to the wire. Do a wire glitch on this wire snap and position it. The fact is that what we place on the snap of the wire depends on the direction of the wire. As you can see, it has been placed crookedly. This is because if you notice, the lightning symbol on the wire is crooked. But we can correct it simply by putting the wires back, as if we were updating them. In summary, the widest part of the lightning bolt is where the base of a hub will rest, where the floor will be, so to speak. Okay, let's remove this wall and correct the wires. And now the lightning bolt is in the right direction, no longer slanted but pointing towards the initial direction of the gate. Always pay attention to the initial position of the gate and the lightning bolts. Okay, now let's put in the new nutrient unit. As expected, it is now perfectly aligned with the new wire, which, in conjunction with the vertical wire, is also positioned vertically. The fact that we have positioned the future hub with the floor in this direction means that we can easily attach others or any other object from a Corvette without any problems. I emphasize this because if it had been the other way around, with the floor in the opposite direction, the game would not have allowed us to freely use everything we wanted to position there. This is because we are building in the front half of the ship. If we were in the rear, the situation would be reversed. Now, I'm going to deliberately place one incorrectly so that you can clearly see what I mean. As you can see, the future hub is upside down, with the lightning bolt on the opposite side to where it should be. Right at this point, we can save before transferring the two hubs from a computer base to our Corvette. Saving is necessary because the game often crashes during the transfer operation, and you have to start all over again. Perfect. To perform the transfer, we need to select the wall, point elsewhere, switch, and press the cancel button. Very simple. To make sure that what we wanted to transfer was successful, we can press toggle to the wire and point to what we want. As you can see, this wall is now part of our Corvette. The wooden floor clearly indicates that it is part of the computer base, as is this wall. Okay, all we have to do now is transfer this wall too, You can also use a small object to check that you have transferred everything correctly, such as this light. Great, now that we have transferred what we needed, let's head to the space station. Now our correct hub is ready to be positioned without any problems, and so is everything we want to build around it. The same cannot be said for our incorrect hub. Let's build our vertical Corvette. I'll make it very simple without going into too much detail, as there are endless possibilities for how to build using the method I've shown you in this video. This game offers endless possibilities for construction. It's up to us to discover them. Imagination has no limits. The only limit is ourselves. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video and above all found it useful. I'm sure many of you already knew this method, but I wanted to show it anyway for those who are perhaps still new to Corvette building. That's all from Artifacts, and see you in the next video.